36 cars ready to run for the pole here in Michigan, single car qualifying. The first 16 will be those cars from the lower half of the field in qualifying last week. Quinn Houff for Spire Motorsports is the first car on the clock. Random draw among those 16 drivers for these spots. Here's Matt.
Mike, Bubba Wallace playing 2 today after qualifying. He'll be going up to the booth his first time in the Fox booth. You're working with the old guy, Kevin Harvick. I think he was 19 when you were born, but the fun meter certainly is going to be paying.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm excited to be standing along beside him and Double A and having some fun. So I'm a little nervous because, you know, this is big time. This ain't the driver's only deal. You got to be a little bit more, you know, clean cut and ready to roll. So we'll have some fun, though. It'll be a good time.
Mike.
And Jeff, what was he doing last night?
He was preparing for being up here in the booth.
Up on stage, pounding the drums out in the infield?
I'm going to tell you, this guy is a rock star. And he just doesn't even realize that the guy can play the drums like, I mean, it blew my mind. He was up there with this band last night in the infield.
I don't really think it's all that important about what he did. I think it's more important about what our teammate over here did. He was the one that was putting on the show.
Well, I may have encouraged him to get up on stage.
Quinn Houff, 40-27. Here is Matt Tifft for Front Row Motorsports.
I was thinking about Jeff, and the track record here is 206. I was just wondering how he'd feel if he had to go out there and do that this morning.
I don't think I felt very good about it when I did it the last time.
Oh, golly.
Matt Tifft cuts the corner at the start-finish line on this curved front straightaway, 39.04. Fastest of 2. Ryan Preece up next. Went back to his old stomping grounds at Thompson, Connecticut last Wednesday night. Hopped in a car that modified Mike Paquette had built for him and dusted the field.
And I think that's so important for guys like Ryan Preece to step back, go see some of the fans that supported you, the folks that helped you get there, but also build confidence by getting in behind the wheel of one of those cars and pulling it into victory lane.
Yeah, his first Cup start here, Mike. You can tell him to go out and run wide open. That'll get your attention.
Yes. That's very similar to what Chip Ganassi said in his interview with Jamie Little last week, that having Kyle Larson win in an open wheel car, that definitely helps when you come in here on Sunday. Ryan Preece was 24th in practice, so 39.19. That's about half a second off his practice.
I think he's got the high downforce package.
Yeah, that could be. Yep. That could well be. Do you want to qualify well, or do you want to race well? Or do you have to choose?
I want somebody working on my car that's smart enough to be able to make me be able to do both. That's what I want.
And you know there are some that will accomplish that.
Landon Castle. This, I guess you'd have to call this a home game. Well, maybe Chicagoland's closer to his Iowa home. Not maybe, of course it is. But anytime you get to run in the upper Midwest, you're going to have a lot of fans from throughout the region.
Yeah, he's got a 12th place finish here, so he knows how to get around this racetrack. And, you know, Landon, his reputation is a guy that's very technical, and he helps these teams a lot to figure out their cars and what they need and how to make them go faster.
He was 32nd in practice and 39.27. Puts him 3rd of 4. Ty Dillon in kind of an Uncle Sam patriotic type scheme.
Definitely not going to miss this car out on the track.
No. Let's check with Larry
guys,
Mack.
you were talking about it being an impound race, which basically means you are going to qualify with the same setup you're going to race. But there are some things that they are allowed to change after qualifying, and you've talked about trimmed out and downforce. If you look at these cars now, you're going to see way down in the back of the car. And then the other thing after qualifying, that they'll be able to put rounds in the back and raise that spoiler up in the air, and that creates a little downforce. Plus, there's things they can do with the rear track bar to change the skew a little bit. So there, even though it's impound, you can't really work on them, but there are things you can change.
We just saw out of Ty Dillon as he goes to the top of the board. He did something we haven't seen anybody do, and you talked about this yesterday, Darrell, is run that lower line right around the yellow line, try to shorten this racetrack up if the cars have enough grip, and he was successful by doing it.
He's quickest by 100th, and what I saw, Jeff, was he took a very late entry into turn 3, turned in late, went all the way right to the bottom again.
And then also, because of that late entry, seemed like the car stuck a little bit better through the middle, and he was able to just let that car unwind off the corner and keep that momentum and speed.
I think, Mike, you got to listen to your car. And and I know it sounds crazy because I've seen a lot of Cars movies and I listen to a lot of cars, but you don't want to crank that wheel any more than you have to because that bogs you down, slows you down.
Corey LaJoie's number 32 Mustang was 31st in practice. 6 cars have been on the clock, and LaJoie will be 5th at a 39.40. Welcome back to Michigan. 6 drivers have been on the clock so far. Here's Jamie.
And Matt Benedetto getting ready to roll out. Your emphasis yesterday was all about race runs. Any idea what you'll have here for qualifying?
Basically hold her to the floor, make sure I hit the shifts right and all. It's more like Daytona-ish qualifying, which is so different than last year here. You know, last year flying off in the corner and out of the gas and real on edge. So now it's going to be more very gentle on the wheel, hit your shifts right. I don't think we're going to have tremendous speed in qualifying. I think we just more focused all on race trim stuff and having good mannerisms. And I intended, like I was telling you earlier, I intentionally put myself in really poor situations in practice intentionally just to kind of see what I was going to deal with for the race to try and get maneuverability in the car because, you know, as you've heard this year, dirty air is lovely to deal with.
Thanks, Matt.
Nice understatement there by Matt DiBenedetto. Kyle Weatherman on track in the Jacob Company's Ford, carrying another of those patriotic World War II fighter plane schemes.
It's Kyle's first start of this season.
You know, going back to what Matt DiBenedetto said, I'm pretty excited based on what I saw in practice. I don't want to get too optimistic here, but there was a lot of action in practice, and I think these guys are going to be experiencing a much different Michigan International Speedway here tomorrow.
Yeah, I like what DiBenedetto said. We're finding out what the mannerisms of his car were.
39.80 for Weatherman. He is 6th of 7. George and David Reagan on track for
boy, that thing is
front row.
No, I see that car bouncing over those bumps.
Yeah, front to rear.
He was 28th in practice, one off of Ty Dillon, who currently is quickest.
Mike, when they're bouncing around like that, it doesn't feel good to the driver, and it's very uncomfortable to drive, but there's a lot of speed when you get a car like that. It's real rigid. It doesn't drive good, doesn't feel good, but it goes fast.
Yeah, and usually that's all a product of holding that car down lower to the racetrack.
He's got a car length on Ty Dillon for the top spot.
Yeah, I think if I were qualifying in just about any of these cars, I would want to come off turn 2 and get right down on that yellow line down on the inside and make the track as small as I possibly could.
It's just what David Reagan did to a 38.96, and it brings up Bubba Wallace in the Richard Petty Motorsports Camaro.
Now, you know, I don't know how Bubba feels about his qualifying run, but I'm going to tell you something. I can't wait to hear him up here in the booth today. He's going to be fun to listen to.
26th in practice, the highest of any of the drivers that have run so far.
You see that line that David Reagan ran. We typically see that Daytona, Talladega. Certainly not here, but I think this is going to get some drivers' attention of running that short line off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. He made up a lot of time.
Yeah, but it looks a lot like an IndyCar line. You know how they run off the corner and they get right down on the inside and then they swing out to set up for the next turn. It kind of has that look to it, but you're not going that fast, so make the track as small as you possibly can.
Bubba is 4th at a 39.12. This will be Daniel Hemrick in the Richard Childress Racing Camaro, and Hemrick was 19th in practice.
And I chuckle when I say you're not going that fast. That's 184. That's pretty quick.
He's got a car length on Reagan into the corner.
Well, we've seen this car definitely be able to do very well, be a little more trimmed out qualifying. You see David Reagan's car down on the white line and actually gaining on Daniel Hemrick, but I think down here in 3 and 4, trying to cut the entry of that corner, I think scrubs a little bit of speed. This is going to be a good lap for Daniel Hemrick.
These cars, these Childress cars have been pretty quick qualifying all year long.
38.63 takes the top spot by 3/10.
Well, if you go back to the last 2-mile oval that we ran out in Fontana, remember Austin Dillon, and I know it's a different kind of qualifying, it wasn't a single car qualifying, but he was our pole sitter. Can he bring some of that speed here in a single car session?
Wasn't that the fiasco where they only had 2 rounds?
This is why we have single car qualifying.
That's right. This is Josh Bilicki from Wisconsin. He's making his 4th Cup start and his first of the season. Driving for Rick Ware in the 52. Bilicki was 36th in practice, and he'll start better than that with a 40-17. Matt.
Brad Keselowski's uncle Ron finished 5th in this event back in 72, 73. Your dad has an ARCA win here. Does it make the accomplishment even more satisfying if you can win at your home track and throw in the bonus? You'd be the first Michigan-born driver to do so.
Well, you know, this is a special track to me, and my home track, as you know, Matt. But I won here in the Xfinity Series, and it's 2 of the biggest wins of my career, and I can only imagine what it would be at the Cup level. And we finished 2nd here last year. I feel like we have a handful of second finishes in the year. And, you know, that really stinks. Nobody wants to be the first loser, so hopefully we can win this weekend with the more like 4 Mustang. Thank you.
Michael McDowell, we talked about Harry Melling yesterday in practice, how he guided Bill Elliott's career to 7 victories here as a car owner, and their name is on Michael McDowell's car. McDowell was 30th in practice, and he's 2nd fastest, 38.92.
He had a 20th place finish last week, and here's a car I think is going to go pretty fast. I think if you look at the attitude of this car, Jeff, it just looks like it just looks low in it. Maybe it's the paint job, I'm not sure, but it just looks low in the back, which would make it fast.
Absolutely, and he took the green with some good speed, carrying momentum.
Tied for the most wins here among active drivers with 3.
Staying down on that lower part of the racetrack. It'll be a drag race off turn 4 here to the start finish line. That's going to be pretty
aggressive through the line that he ran off of turn 4. It's going to make up the difference.
Very, and by 4/100ths of a second, Kurt Busch is fastest. Jamie.
And Eric Jones, another driver who calls Michigan home. What's it like for you coming back here for this week and getting to race here at this track?
Yeah, it's fun for me. I mean, growing up and being around this place and coming to races down here and then getting my shot to race at it is always a special experience. So I'm excited to get going. You know, the Craftsman Camry's been fast again. I don't know exactly where we're going to qualify. It's a little tough to tell. We didn't do a mock run yesterday, but had good speed in it. So looking forward to getting the lap down and seeing where we end up. But hopefully it's in the top 10 and we can, you know, have a good starting spot for tomorrow. But feel good so far. I've been really happy this weekend with the car and just being back home. So it's been fun.
Byron, Michigan is his home, and they're going to have a fan day for Eric next Saturday, Mike.
Terrific. Here's Matt DiBenedetto trying to give car owner Bob Levine a birthday present.
Well, that birthday present might need to come tomorrow because he already said that he didn't think he was going to qualify very good, and he certainly didn't, but maybe they got a good race car for tomorrow.
Well, he finished 17th last week at Pocono. You say, well, that's not great, but he started in the rear. Remember, they had to change the engine. He started in the back, and I think that was one of his best finishes over the last several races. So
39.27 for DiBenedetto puts him 9th right now.
Yes. Yeah.
There's lunch and dessert. One-stop shopping right here.
If I know, Mike, these millennials these days are probably combining those two for some amazing treat.
Don't do that.
That is not right.
Ross Chastain usually drives the 15. Interesting story here. He was declared for Xfinity Series points and this week switched to Truck Series points. Now, he's allowed to do that, but he's going to have to win a race to make it into the playoffs. He'd already won one, but that won't count because he was declaring for points in a different series. So with him in Texas for the truck race, Garrett Smithley gets the call to drive the number 15 here.
Tell you what, I watched that truck race last night.
Greg Biffle.
Can you believe Biffle won that race?
My goodness.
No, what do you think Kyle Busch said when after Greg Biffle won that race?
Well, I know what he tweeted.
That's right.
Well, I think he might be right.
Well, yeah, who knows? That kid Biffle might have a future in this business.
Yeah, well, Kyle's always giving those young guys a break.
Yeah,
so
those young up-and-comers.
You said to David Gray, that's an Owensboro boy right there from Owensboro, Kentucky. Former champion, great guy.
Yeah, Busch Series champ, now NASCAR official.
I grew up with those kids. I grew up with their dad, David, racing go-karts.
Garrett Smithley, 40-43, will be his lap, placing him 15th. Chris Buescher in the number 37 for JTG Doherty. He's finished top 15 the last 3 races.
I just like old Buescher. I think he's a pretty darn good wheel man, and I think he does a good job in this car.
And his car has flames.
And it has flames.
That always helps.
And I know he personally is working as hard as he's training hard. He's working hard. He doesn't want to be the weak link in the chain, and I think he's really his performance has been pretty darn good lately.
Clocks in 11th at a 39.29. Well, now we move into the top 20. Here are the next to qualify. That is Clint Boyer. He'll be the next to last driver to qualify. That's why he's up on top of the hauler in the garage area. There are 18 to go before him, including, well, here's Jamie.
Well, Kyle Busch, there's been a lot of smiles today. I know up and down pit road, everybody wants to talk to you about this one thing. Greg Biffle putting him in the truck. He gets the win last night, Kyle.
I mean, hey, he did it, and that's why I put him in there. I knew he'd have a good shot to be able to do that. So obviously just excited about that and the opportunity for KBM to be able to get another win, and good stuff, you know.
What do you think? You going to put him back in the truck maybe for Iowa?
I don't know. I got a lot of talks that I got to have here in a little bit. I got a lot of questions to get answered. First, I heard he was eligible for the money. Now I hear he's not eligible for the money. So got to figure all that out. Got to start with A, go to Z. There's a lot of planning that's got to take place. I already got 4 trucks going to Iowa, so trying to figure that out. Trying to get a 5th truck there. I don't know. So if there was an off week in between, I think there would be a hell of a lot better chance of saying yes. But trucks and haulers and everything got to leave on Tuesday night. So I don't know. We'll figure it out.
All right, Kyle Busch, a lot on his plate. Worry about this Cup car.
Let's talk about cars. You know what?
How is it?
I don't know. They're fine by themselves. They're terrible in traffic. But it's going to be really fun here for one lap, trying to hold it wide open and see what we get. And I don't know. I don't think it matters where you stack up in qualifying, but it'd be better to be further up front, have a show that you have a fast car to be able to go race them on Sunday.
Well, you proved last week you can qualify well and still win the race. Started
outside pole. His best start of the season. Ryan Blaney clocks in 3rd in his team Penske Ford at 38.66. Martin Truex is on track, Larry.
Yeah, again, the way the inspection process works here because of an impound, they had this morning pre-qualifying / pre-race inspection. This is the inspection that covers both. Martin Truex Jr.'s 19 car actually failed inspection twice for various problems. They did pass a 3rd time, but because of failing twice, they will lose their head engineer, J.T. Atkins, for the rest of the weekend. But the good news is I think most of the work's already done because you basically can't work on these cars after qualifying, Mike.
So, yep, you got to race what you qualify, and 4th for Truex at a 38.71 in his Toyota.
Is that a penalty?
Getting to go home on Saturday? Maybe.
After all the work's done, they can go home.
Certainly didn't cost him a lot of speed on the racetrack so far.
No, that looked like it.
Here's Brad Keselowski. 2-time. He talked about all his second-place finishes here. Both of them. 1 and 2, running 1-2 on our Ghost car.
But, you know, it does bring something. I mean, there's obviously a lot of pride being a local guy like Brad, but also a lot of pride on the line for the manufacturers. They come out of this race and they stick their chest out and say, hey, guys, we brought home the trophy in Michigan. It means a lot to these race teams, but a lot to those manufacturers.
Ooh, this is going to be close.
think the one got off there just a little wee bit better. The
1/2 of 1/100 hundredths of a second is the difference.
That's not very much, is it?
Kurt Busch holds on to the front spot.
You know, he's talking about the
38.60.
manufacturers. Of the fan day, it used to be such a big deal to all the manufacturers when we came up here.
Joey Logano, our series champ, on track in the third of the Team Penske Fords. Now, when Roger owned this track, it was especially important for his drivers to do well here in qualifying and in the race.
Well, I thought that was an interesting line that Joey Logano just ran. We've seen where so far our pole leader here, the #1 of Kurt Busch, running right around the bottom. Joey Logano tried to take a wider line through 1 and 2 and just carry momentum. And it's certainly going to work down here in 3 and 4. Boy, that car really flew through that corner.
It did. It really swept down in there nicely. Nice lap.
Logano is fastest by more than 1/10 of a second, 38.47. Matt?
Mike, combo platter of agenda for Daniel Suarez. Would love to make it 3 straight for Stuart Haas, so that way Ford can keep that heritage trophy right there in Dearborn. But for you, history here. You scored your first Xfinity win. It'd be nice to pair that up with your first Cup win.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, a few days ago on social media, I was able to see some replays of the last lap fighting with my buddy Busch there, and it's always good, you know, to refresh those memories, and I'm really very excited to now make it happen in the Cup side.
So a last lap pass, he took the win. He's hoping to join Dale Jarrett and Kyle Larson, 2 guys who score his first Cup here at MIS.
Chase Elliott on track in a Hendrick Chevrolet. Quickest Chevy right now is Kurt Busch, then Daniel Hemrick. And it looks like he is going to be 3rd of the Chevrolets, 7th overall, 38.73.
Best average finish here, Mike. 5.3 of all the drivers that have multiple starts. So one of his best and one of his favorite tracks.
Is Logan leading the points now? He's probably following in his dad's footsteps a little bit there. I think Bill loved this place too. This racetrack.
We'll stay with Hendrick Chevrolets and Alex Bowman in the 88. Alex was 14th in practice.
I watched this ghost. I watched the 22 car of Logano compared to the other cars, and Mike, he's doing exactly what I was talking about. He's listening to his car. He's not dropping it down on the bottom and choking it down or bogging it down. He's letting that car have its head and kind of run the middle of the racetrack, and it's paid off with a good lap.
And he did exactly what you said, DW, going into turn 3. Nice wide entry, just putting as little wheel input into it as possible.
Really swept down in there smooth.
Bowman right behind his teammate Chase Elliott by about 14 hundredths, 38.87. Is that Chad Knaus trying to move a cloud over the racetrack? I think so.
That tells me he's trimmed that race car out. He needs some grip.
So here is Denny Hamlin, who has 2 Michigan victories.
That's a pretty nice line through there. Let's see what he does down the back. He's staying pretty low here.
We saw last week in Pocono, both the 11 and the 18 qualified much better than we've seen them qualifying all year long. So starting to find that speed. They've had speed in the race. Just looking for it qualifying, but backing it up here at Michigan with another fast race car.
Yeah, Logano really got down into turn 3 nice and ran turns 3 and 4 better than what I think most people have so far. And I think he's going to beat the 11 back to the line again.
Better and lower. Hamlin is the quickest Toyota, 38.52. Second.
And I saw some similar characteristics between both Penske cars, the 2 of Keselowski and the 22 of Logano. Their car rolled through the center of both corners, but especially through 3 and 4, and carried a lot of speed through there that we haven't seen some of the others. Maybe not as quick down the straightaway, but really good through the corners.
And Paul's on the pole for the Xfinity race here later this afternoon. Paul Menard in the 21 car. And the history of the 21 car here is pretty impressive. They've won races with just about everybody that's ever driven that car here at Michigan, starting way back with Cale Yarborough.
Yeah, they won the very first race here. The Wood brothers did with Cale. And
right
David Pearson has 2 handfuls of victories here.
Right here, Mike, is where that 22, Joey Logano did a really, really nice job of sweeping that 22 down into that corner and maintaining that speed better than anybody has been able to so far.
Paul finished 5th in this race last year. He's currently 3rd, 38.57. Nice lap.
Yep.
So Clint Boyer has left his perch atop the hauler and is headed for his car at a leisurely pace. He's still got 13 to go before him.
He's the only guy I know who could be walking down there. What are you thinking? Nothing.
Yeah, well, based on yesterday, I think he's thinking I got a shot at this of winning the pole here today. He had a very fast race car.
Ryan Newman has 2 wins at Michigan International Speedway. His Roush Fenway Mustang.
You can see how low they've got the back of this 6-car Ryan Newman. Even the skirts are almost flared out and dragging.
It is on the ground. That's pants on the ground right there.
Now, they were only 22nd in practice. Steps it up to 10th, 38.79.
Yeah, pretty nice lap.
5th among the Fords so far.
Me, he, and Mr. Jones.
Well, here's Mr. Jones. Eric finished 3rd here in this race 2 years ago.
Well, and if you look at the points, I mean, he's in a position. He's got to start making some things happen on the track, and he has done that recently. I mean, last week in Pocono, put a great finish together. But he's going to have to back that up if this is a good track he has confidence in. If their cars are starting to show some better stability and speed in the race, you know, now's the time. Start stepping it up as that summer comes.
So, this is so fascinating to watch, Mike, because we always wonder, where did I get beat? The first thing a driver will say, well, where did he beat me at? And now it's right here on the screen.
Ten drivers to go in single car qualifying, that is. Yeah, I guess it's single file since it's single car. And Kyle Busch rolls out for his lap after saying the cars will handle great by themselves here for 1 lap.
I bet this car handles really good by itself. He was 2nd last week, and we know he won the race last week.
One thing I've learned about Kyle Busch, it doesn't matter how that car's handling, whether it's in traffic or out front.
I think that was Walt Zarnicki with Joey Logano.
Yes, sir. Walt's been with Roger Penske for as long as I can remember.
Ooh, this is going to be close.
Mm-hmm.
Qualified 3rd last week in Pocono. Or was it 2nd? Second, actually.
Yeah, he was outside.
Oh, Logano's pulling away.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're not ahead of Logano, I think here at this point, as good as Joey Logano has gone through 3 and 4,
yeah.
I just don't think you're going to make up that time.
Yeah, Kyle was 3rd fastest in practice.
Not good.
Right
Built to race, not to qualify. He and Martin Truex, his teammate, have identical laps to the 1,000th of a second.
Wow.
Here's Jamie.
And Clint Boyer just getting ready to hop aboard his car. Hot ticket item here. You won this race last year, but I hear a lot of people talking about maybe you for the pole. What do you think?
Yeah, hats off to everybody at Stewart-Haas Racing. Brought us 4 fast hot rides. Again, these Ford Mustangs are extremely fast. You know, that's a good problem to have, right? I know that I'm going to have to go out there and beat my teammates, the other Stewart-Haas cars, to have a chance at this pole. Splitting hairs. I mean, we're sitting here watching the Ghost car on TV and SMT, all the tools that we have, and it's literally the difference between a little bit of a line change here or there. Seeing some cars maybe get a little bit tight off the corners. You got to be able to have that thing freed up enough that you can run that small line. Got to make this place small. You know, shortest way around is the fastest way around. But again, the 22 went out there, kind of run in the middle and changed that mentality for several of us in 1 and 2. I don't know where the 41 went right there. Well, I got to do a better job than Daniel. He's currently 6th. We got to get this IT savvy car and Haas Automation Ford on the pole. That's what we're here to do. We're in the backyard of the manufacturer. Edsel told us the other night at dinner he wants one of his cars on the pole and win the race. So that's what we're going to do.
I think it'd be quite the party if Clint Boyer wins the pole, Mike.
I like that hat. Just 3 more payments and he'll have all the letters.
We had a lot going on there, wasn't he, though? He did a lot of explaining.
So Suarez is 6th. Here's Ricky Stenhouse for Roush Fenway, and he was pretty even with Logano through the middle of 1 and 2.
I tell you, that 22 wasn't a slouch down that back straightaway either. Most people have been able to maybe hold with him, but he gets a little advantage getting into 3 every time.
Well, I think what we saw through 1 and 2 is what Clint Boyer was talking about. Joey Logano ran a little bit higher line, and that shorter line that Stenhouse ran gained him some speed or some time, but as they got to the back straightaway, that momentum the 22 Logano was carrying really helped him out.
7th for Stenhouse, less than 100th of a second off of Daniel Suarez. So right now, 6 of the top 8, 5 of the top 8 Fords, 1 Toyota, 2 Chevys, as Kyle Larson gets his chance.
You see Kyle Larson doing a little bit of a similar line to what Joey Logano ran in high, nice high sweeping line, but then pulls it down low on the exit. With his teammate Kurt Busch sitting there, Kurt Busch in 4th right now. Really expected this 42 car Larson to be there in the top 5.
Not even close, Jeff. No. I mean, the 22 cars left him in the dust.
Larson 16th with a 38.92 in his Chip Ganassi Chevy.
Now that's going to make for some fun restarts tomorrow.
Yeah. Kevin Harvick for Stuart Haas was 2nd fastest in practice in his Ford.
This is a challenge right here. I think that the 4 car has a good chance of maybe knocking the 22 off the pole. If he doesn't, it's going to be mighty close. See right there, already he's inching ahead. And now he's starting to really put a gap. He's going to gap the 22 down the back here a little bit.
You can see the 22, that little bit of higher line and momentum he carried really helps that speed all the way down the back straightaway. This is definitely the most competitive car we've seen up against Joey Logano. And there's that speed through the center of 3 and 4.
Yeah, the way he sweeps that thing down into 3, he just is able to get a lot of momentum off turn 4 more than anybody else.
Harvick is 2nd by half a tenth.
I don't know.
Could you hear just a little bit of easing the throttle there at turn 4 or no?
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
Maybe just the car being pulled down a little bit by putting wheel into it, and it just maybe loses a little bit of RPM.
Now here's a guy that, you know, he's pretty good at winning poles.
And being on the front row, but not today.
William Byron's been on pole for the last 2 cup races.
He's going to need to get that afterburner kicked in off turn 2 like we've seen him do a number of times already this year. But right now the 22 is, I tell you, that is a heck of a nice lap by the 22. Every time I see somebody go out and challenge him, you just realize how good a lap that was by Joey Logano.
Kind of an interesting line there, running up high near the wall down the back straightaway.
And look what it cost him. That cost him a lot.
Byron was 20th in practice. He is 17th with a 38.92.
I don't know if Joey Logano ran into the 3rd turn intentionally doing what he did, but he did it right, or at least compared to everybody else, he did it better than anybody else.
He's got everybody's attention because of it.
Eric Almirola for Stuart Haas. He had the best long run speed of anybody in final practice yesterday. Best 15 and best 20 consecutive laps, and the difference in average lap time was less than 0.2 of a second between 15 laps and 20.
I think right here, you know, comparing to his teammate Kevin Harvick, he's even maybe further ahead of the 22 of Logano. So going to be interesting to see how he gets through turns 3 and 4.
Well, he's going to be a threat tomorrow no matter what. He's got qualifying speed and he's got long run speed.
This is so
going to be mighty close. I think the 22 is still going to be on top.
By 0.02 of a second, you are correct.
Yes, sir. That was a good race right there. I like that.
I might just go right ahead and pick him for tomorrow.
Okay.
They have speed.
Write that down.
In all situations. Jimmy Johnson in a Hendrick Camaro. 1 Michigan win. But it's been 3 races since he's wound up in the top 10 here. 12th in practice for Jimmy.
Another big weekend. You know, we talked about the manufacturers. Big weekend for Jimmy Johnson and his sponsor Ally. You can see some signage around this racetrack. So a bit of a home race for them also.
Johnson 17th, 38.79, 1/1000th off of Ryan Newman's time.
Mike, look at that. 48 is 17th, 88 is 18th, and 24 is 19th. All three of them right together.
What do they know? We don't know.
They all got the same car.
Well, let's see if Clint Boyer has anything for his teammate Almirola or for Joey Logano, currently on the front row.
Boy, really good going into turn one. He's going to take that shorter line.
Nice.
Joey Logano did run, right next to that white line down the back straightaway. And I think this is where it's going to hurt him a little bit, though. If he goes too shallow into turn three,
he's pushing.
Logano running that wider line seems to really come back.
Boyer also had good long run speed yesterday.
That third turn has been a difference on every car. The 22 has got that turn figured out better than anybody.
Fifth for Boyer, 38.54. And that gives Ford 5 of the top 6 spots right now. The driver who can change that is Austin Dillon, carrying our Fox visor cam on his Childress Chevrolet. The other day, they revealed this patriotic paint scheme in front of 900 U.S. military veterans at RCR on the 75th anniversary of D-Day. Very moving ceremony up there.
Well, there's 3 cars, he's pretty good. He was good to California on a 2-mile track. Let's see how he fares against the 22, because that's
top 5 in practice.
Look at that gap open up when the 22 sails off into 3.
This is going to be some great shots, not only here today qualifying, but tomorrow in that race. Whew, I'm looking forward to seeing him.
12th for Dillon, 38.63 with a 9, right next to his teammate Daniel Hemrick. It's a blue oval day in Michigan. Ford, 4 of the top 5, led by Joey Logano. Tomorrow, Joey Logano and Eric Almirola will lead the field to green. Coverage starts at 1 p.m. Eastern, FS1 race day. Race at 2 p.m. Eastern time, or you can watch anywhere on the Fox Sports app. There is your front row as Logano has won his 2nd pole of the season, his 4th here at Michigan, and his 22nd career pole. He's with Matt.
Mike, today marks Roger Penske, the captain, Team Penske's 599th career pole, but you had an interesting text message. From whom?
Yeah, my crew chief was texting me. Todd actually went back home last night to go to his daughter's high school graduation, so they're having a party. They might be watching on TV right now. Everything was good, Todd. Everything was fine. Miles did a good job keeping the team together and getting her through tech today, so and had a fast car. So such a huge advantage to be on the front row here at Michigan, and how important it is in Ford's backyard and Roger's backyard to have a good run here. We actually went to dinner with Edsel the other night, and he told all us Ford drivers how important it was to have a victory here, and so glad we can deliver so far, at least in qualifying. Hopefully in the race, the Shell Pennzoil Ford has as much speed and handling to be able to stay up there.
That Heritage Trophy means a lot to everyone, but for you, 2 wins here, both from the pole. But just talk about what it means to race well here with this package. So many unknown questions coming in. And I've got to say, Darrell Waltrip, he uses Darrell Waltrip line. He called your line in 3 and 4 the late sweeper.
The late sweeper. I don't know how I don't even know what that means, but I did it.
It means it was speedy.
It works. It's funny you bring up just kind of what we need to have here to run well. No one in this garage really knows, and we're all kind of confused on what's going to race the best and what's going to qualify good, and there's just a lot of question right now until we can race once or twice here and you really hone in on what's going to be the best. So that's what's made the first part of the season so fun, is that we just don't know until you get into the race, and then you learn so much, and when you come back to these races the second time, the whole garage is probably going to look a little different.
All right, thanks, Joey. Jamie?
Well, Eric Almirola will start on the front row. He was in that meeting with Edsel Ford the other night as well. But, Eric, yesterday you guys really focused on race setup and running around other cars. So what are your expectations from the race tomorrow?
I feel good about it. Obviously, we have a lot of speed. The Ford Mustangs are really fast, and I know I've heard everybody else talk about Edsel's message to us at dinner Thursday night, and that was really cool to get to go and experience that at the Ford estate where Henry Ford built an amazing place over there in Dearborn, and to hear about the history and everything of Ford Motor Company from Etzel, and about how much pride they take in not just every weekend, but especially here at Michigan, where all their family of employees work and live and stuff. So it's really nice to have as much speed as we do here at Michigan. And Doug Yates always brings the horsepower, and I guess he gave Joey a little bit more than us. But our race car is really good. We had a really good car in race trim yesterday and feel really good about it. And they told me this is my 6th front row, but I only have 1 pole, so we've got to figure out how to get that extra little bit in qualifying. But really proud of everybody back at Stewart-Haas Racing. We're racing with heavy hearts this weekend. We lost one of our family members there at Stewart-Haas Racing, Sean Souls, in an accident this week. So racing for him this weekend, and hopefully we can get it done on Sunday.
Well said. Thanks, Eric. Mike?
Thanks, Jamie. The name of the Henry Ford estate is familiar to all of you. Fairlane. Let's compare our top 3 qualifiers, all Fords, the Penske 22 of Logano and the Stewart-Haas Fords of Almirola and Harvick.
Yeah, I think that 22 and Mike, he ran a little bit higher line, which let the car be a little bit freer. And I really think a lot of that speed that we see in turn 3, he gained down that back straightaway. And then when he turns in right here, there's no contest. I mean, he literally drives by everybody and gets back to the line first.
And I think he's unwinding the wheel coming off the corner, where those others are still putting a little bit of input into the wheel and scrub some speed.
So here's a quick look at your starting grid. Etzel's message was delivered. 7 of the top 10 are Fords. Hamlin, the quickest Toyota, and Kurt Busch, the fastest Chevrolet. Now, some of these drivers, maybe they elected for downforce rather than being all trimmed out for qualifying. And the proof will come tomorrow.
And Mike, based on practice, I don't think that's a bad idea.
36 cars to start tomorrow's 400-miler here in Michigan. And Joey Logano has captured his 22nd career pole. Xfinity coverage with Race Day now.